William Ruto is the future of ODM. I want you to understand and get this video clearly. William Ruto is the future of ODM. Or let me put it this way. The future of ODM lies in Ruto's hands. The future of ODM lies in Ruto's hands. I'm going to explain this. I know most of you will be shocked with the kind of things I'm going to say. But trust you me, the future of ODM is safe in Ruto's hands. But before I go into the details, I know most of you are watching me for the first time. I'd like you to take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, and then I will be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you. So I have said this and I will repeat again. The future of ODM lies in William Ruto. William Ruto will take over ODM. William Ruto will go to the ballot with ODM. William Ruto will be the party leader and the flag bearer of ODM in 2027. Most of you are shocked by what I'm saying, but it is the truth. I saw this before William Ruto made that speech that he made. And I'm going to explain to you how William Ruto is going to take over ODM after the death of Raila Odinga. There are so many factors that favor William Ruto. But before I go into the details, if you're watching me for the first time, before I go to the details, I want you to listen to William Ruto's speech, especially the part where he's talking about ODM. That is the part I want you to watch and to listen carefully. And then I will come back. I will do my analysis. So listen to this.
In this administration, mimi nataka niwaeleze ndugu zangu. Najua ya kwamba mimi ni kiongozi wa chama ya UDA katika Kenya Kwanza. Lakini mimi nataka niwahakikishie wana ODM, kulingana na matakwa ya baba, because baba believed in political parties, he built the largest political party, ODM. I want to tell you, we will respect ODM. We will support you to hold ODM together. ODM must be strong as we go to 2027, because that is the way we are going to have a strong government. Political parties are the foundations of any meaningful democracy. And therefore, the future of ODM, the strength of ODM, the well-being of ODM matters a great deal to me, because that is how we are going to have a strong nation, by having strong, vibrant, national political parties. Kwa hivyo wana ODM, ile kitu mimi nataka niwahakikishie, kwa mapenzi ya Mungu, ODM will either form the next government or be part of the next government. Ile kitu siwezi kukubali. Ile kitu kwa heshima ya huyu shujaa wetu, ile kitu siwezi kukubali. Na nitafanya juu chini, Mungu anisaidie. Ni wale ambao wanataka kungoa chama ya ODM na kwenda kuchezea karata ya upinzani kule nje. Hiyo haitawezekana. Si tukisema ODM tunasema tuko tayari. ODM. Muko tayari? Tuunde serikali 2027.
You have listened to William Ruto and what he has said about ODM. You remember, he has said he's not going to allow ODM disintegrate. And he's not going to allow anyone who is going to use ODM for his own personal politics uko nje. He's not going to allow that. Remember, William Ruto is the party leader of UDA. But he's talking about ODM in a manner likely to suggest that he belongs to ODM. Now let me break this down to you. Nataka uchukue kitu ukae. Because this is going to be one of the videos that I've ever done that most of you will be shocked by what I see. I told you that when I do my analysis, I just don't do my analysis by textbook analysis. I go deeper than that. Now, let us get one thing clear. Before Raila died, William Ruto and Raila Odinga had an agreement. And this agreement was very, very clear. And if you can listen to Raila's speech at Robert Professor Asio funeral, which William Ruto also attended, he said one thing: hakuna mali William Ruto anaenda, hata past 2027 William Ruto ako hapa. It seems there was an agreement, there was a pact that these people had already signed. But before I go into that, let us come to this ODM. William Ruto, in his speech, he said clearly that they formed ODM. They formed ODM. And ODM was formed by the founder members of ODM. William Ruto was one of them. Raila Odinga was one of them. Mudavadi was one of them. And so many other things. Now, let me tell you how William Ruto is going to take over ODM and make and run with it. Number one, William Ruto understands very well that ODM is a party that has been there for 20 years. William Ruto understands that ODM has structures that Raila had already established. And William Ruto understands that those grassroots structures and those supporters, ODM supporters, which are over 500 million, not for over 500 million, over 5 million across the country, William Ruto that understands that that is a very, very important asset. But don't forget that William Ruto, despite the fact that he left ODM, William Ruto is still, has always considered himself, and you see, he kept on saying that he is the founder member of ODM. You remember even when Sifuna attacked him, he said that he can come back and call all members of ODM and push him out. William Ruto understands Raila's aspiration, and the aspiration of ODM is to one day take over power completely. Not partly the way they have been doing it. The aspiration and the meaning of Raila Odinga, even the spirit of Raila Odinga and what really, and the vision for Raila Odinga was for ODM one day to take over power. So William Ruto, he knows very well that UDA is as good as dead. UDA has no support base beyond now Rift Valley. So he understands very well that moving forward, the best way and the only party that he can stand on is ODM. So what will William Ruto do, and what does he need to do to make sure that this happens? Number one, William Ruto needs to push a narrative that Raila's aspiration, and we need to please Raila's spirit. And for us to please Raila's spirit, ODM has to be in the government, or ODM has to take over the government. That is how William Ruto will start. William Ruto will start by evoking Raila's spirit anytime he speaks to ODM. That is how William Ruto will start. Then William Ruto will make sure that he has to make sure that ODM runs the way it's supposed to run uninterfered. Even if he will be managing ODM from outside, but he will make sure that ODM party structures remains intact. that the most important people who are the founder members and who have been members of ODM for the longest time do not disintegrate. Don't forget that William Ruto, that when Raila died, he took part of ODM, part of the founder members of ODM. He brought them into the government. People like Akina Joe, people like Akina Oparanya, they are in the government. And these are some of the founder members of ODM. So, William Ruto understands very well that for him to take over ODM, he needs to make sure that all the founder members remain intact. The party operates intact vile inafaa kuoperate. And he needs to understand that the party leader will be a caretaker person. Someone like James Orengo, or not Oburu Odinga, or anybody, that he will make sure that whoever is now the party leader of ODM, he is someone who is there ceremoniously, like he's just there as a caretaker. Then William Ruto will make sure that he pleases ODM. He gives priority ODM more than he's going to give priority to UDA. And let me tell you why everything stands for the way for William Ruto. Remember, ODM is a party that has support across the country, except maybe from Central kidogo, but across the country ODM has support, and especially Rift Valley, because the Kalenjin people are the founder members of ODM. So going back to them and selling the ODM to them is something that is so easy. So William Ruto will not have a hard time selling ODM in Rift Valley, because ODM still is in Rift Valley. It is there. So he just needs to activate that. And the Kalenjin people will take up ODM. The Maasai, all these other communities, the Coast people, and all these other platforms. So that is what William Ruto will start. William Ruto will start by invoking the spirit of Raila anytime he goes to a public gathering. And anytime he touches Raila and his spirit and the inspiration of Raila Odinga, ODM supporters, ODM support base will always sit back and listen. Because if there is one thing that is going to exist for a long time before it fades, is the spirit of Raila Odinga. That one is going to be there. It is going to be there in the political space. So William Ruto is going to use that to his advantage. Being the founder member of ODM, that is his biggest advantage, is that he's the founder member of ODM. So he's going to start by saying, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I am the founder member of ODM, and hakuna mtu anaweza nitoa, anaweza nifukuza nyumbani. This is my home. Mimi narudi nyumbani. That is what he's going to say. And trust you me, after the treatment, after everything, after how he treated Raila Odinga, after giving Raila state burial, after doing everything that he has done, bringing ODM to the government and doing all this sort of development to the region where Raila Odinga comes from, he will be received in open arms. He will be received back home. That is what ODM members will do. William Ruto will start saying, I'm coming back home. And remember, this time he's coming back, not coming back empty-handed. He's coming back with all the resources of the government and access of the government. And this is what ODM needs. So he's going to come back. And trust you me, even Luo Nyanza will support William Ruto come 2027. Because they will know, deep in their heart, they will know that they owe Raila Odinga something. And that is, they know the aspiration of Raila Odinga was one day for ODM to take over power. So once William Ruto evokes that, Nyanza region will support William Ruto to the man. And remember very well, I keep on telling you that Nyanza, the Luo support, anyone wants Luo support, not because necessarily Luos are many and they can win an election for you. No, it's because of the how vibrant Luos are. You have seen that Raila Odinga has died. You have seen how they have come out to celebrate the man of Raila Odinga. Luos are a community whereby if they love you, They don't hide it. They don't cave in and say they don't hide it. Wakai kwa manyumba wanasema sisi tunakusupport and that's it. Luos will show it. Luos will go to any extent to show it. You have seen how they have shown Raila Odinga love even on his death, to a point whereby it has shocked the whole world. People have been wondering, who is this man? So William Ruto understands that indeed that, such that even if he's going to steal the election to his advantage, he knows that with Luos on his side, he is going to silence anyone who is going to come out to criticize him, or any community who will come out and say, no, he has rigged. Because the moment Luo says you have rigged an election, no matter how, even if you won fairly, no one will sit down and believe you. And if Luos have said you have won the election, even if you stole it, no one will sit down and believe you. Because Luos are too loud, are so loud, and their loudness clouds everything. So Ruto understands why Ruto needs Luos so much. And for him to get the support of Luos, he just needs to invoke the spirit of Raila Odinga anytime, anywhere he goes. Number 2, William Ruto needs to make sure that he access Nyanza freely. He needs to make sure that I may access Nyanza freely. And Raila gave him that pass. Raila gave him that pass of accessing Nyanza. Right now, I'm telling you for a fact, William Ruto does not need any Luo leader to go to access Nyanza. He will access Nyanza on its own. Raila gave him that pass. So William Ruto just need to make sure that he makes more trips to Nyanza. He appeals to more people. All the projects that they were there to be done in Nyanza, he needs to make sure that he continues, and he continue visiting Nyanza. And anytime he goes to Nyanza, he invokes the spirit of Raila Odinga. Let me tell you one thing, and this is now on the tribal basis. You must understand that the Luos and the Kalenjins have never had any political difference. Even outside politics, Luos and Kalenjins have always coexisted. So, Luos and Kalenjins working together come 2027, it's a no-brainer. It's something that is straightforward. Because these are two communities that really stood side by side in 2007. And even when they parted, they parted peacefully. Waliamua kusupport Uhuru, wakasupport Raila, and they have never fought. So, these two communities working together, it's something that is so easy. So that one also works to the advantage of William Ruto. It works to the advantage of William Ruto. Because if there is a community that has worked with William Ruto, even when he was the president, even when they disagree, but they still treated William Ruto like kibinadamu is the Luo community. So it's going to be very easy for William Ruto to take over ODM and be the party leader and make ODM the party to beat in 2027. None of these people can invoke the spirit of Raila Odinga. Even Kalonzo himself. Because I'm telling you, if you are given an option of Gachagua and William Ruto on the ballot, I'm telling you, 90% of Kenyans will go for William Ruto. That is the truth. If you are given an option of Gachagua and William Ruto on the ballot, 90% will go to the side of William Ruto. Majority will vote for William Ruto, despite the fact that he has failed in so many aspects. But the country would rather be safe in the hands of William Ruto than Gachagua. So William Ruto, if you listen to the speech of William Ruto, you will understand that William Ruto had a pact with Raila Odinga that they agreed. And William Ruto is going to use that agreement to his advantage. And this was the pact. I know Raila Odinga right now, he cannot speak so many things because he's gone. But I highly suspect that Raila Odinga was to support William Ruto re-election in 2027. I believe that so much. And that is why they were working closely with William Ruto, so that he can try to transform William Ruto into this person that is now a national leader. And that is why William Ruto has been so much affected by the death of Raila Odinga. So, giving Raila Odinga that state burial, it was not by just the fact that they were friends and the things Raila has achieved. It was also a political move. Because giving William Ruto giving Uhuru Kenya Raila Odinga that kind of a send-off, it was him making himself making sure that he is able to access Nyanza freely, because people have seen what he has done for the son of the Luo. The Luo will know that William Ruto cared about us. William Ruto cared for our son. William Ruto loved our son. And that way, Luos will feel like they are obligated to reciprocate that love. And Luos are good at reciprocating love. If you treat them well, they will treat you well. William Ruto understands Luos very well. He understands Luos and how Luos operate. Because if there are people who are genuine, if they love you genuinely, are Luos. And Luos are also people who are very forgiving. That is in our DNA. That is how sisi tuko. We are very forgiving. Now, that is what is going to happen. William Ruto is going to take over ODM. And he's not going to take ODM to destroy ODM. William Ruto will not destroy ODM. Forget what Gachagua was saying. William Ruto is not going to take ODM to destroy ODM. William Ruto is going to take ODM to make sure that ODM tastes power. He owes that Raila Odinga, and he owes that, besides even feeling like he owes Raila Odinga that, he knows that is one of the biggest things that he can do to himself, and he's also going to use it to his own advantage, because he needs to be re-elected whichever way possible. So, that is it for me. Tell me what you think in the comment section. This can be a long debate. I know most of you will start saying there are people in ODM and everything. No. No one in ODM right now can take over ODM. You people are talking about Raila Odinga Jr. That guy cannot take over ODM now. And he will not take over ODM. He will be there in ODM, but he will not take over ODM. Winnie Odinga cannot take over ODM. Let us not think that way, because it will not happen. And even if they're given ODM, they cannot. Only William Ruto can manage ODM, because zile vichwa zenye ziko pale kwa ODM, you cannot manage. You cannot manage. So, hii mambo ya Raila Jr. sijui na nini, no. Odinga's family will produce one of the leaders. Another person will rise from Odinga's family, but not this one. Not these ones that we are mentioning, no. Maybe his grandson or whoever will rise from that, but not these ones. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think in the comment section, but above it all, as I always say, remain respectful. You have always seen how I do my analysis on this platform. It is never tribal. We don't insult people. We don't use the abusive language, or when you are pushing our agenda. Don't insult leaders. Just share your ideas. They can be different as from mine. It is okay. That is politics. That is why we are doing all this. Because we are here. You tell me what you think, I tell you what I think, and then we find a common ground na vitu zinasonga. So kindly do so, but above it all, remain respectful. I always insist, remain respectful. And if you want to support this platform, my number is always there. You can support it with any other amount that you feel. I accept any amount, because remember, we need to grow, we need to build a platform. So make sure you do that. Na kama kawaida, I'll see you next time.